Hello and welcome back. We're getting into the second map between Endpoint and SANGAL, and well, it's Inferno as you can see, and it's probably going to be heating up a little bit here in this this best of three because a lot is on the line. Playoff spot on the line between these two teams, and hello, nice opening shot for Rimmer there. Thomas will reply in kind and even spots a couple of players pushing down through Banana, and how has he found both of those kills? That's a little bit outrageous, leaving just Engine and Paz, but, oh, okay, Paz. He sees the Thomas play and raises him one himself, because now it's just Crucial alone against two. P250 in hand, has the bomb on his back. Can he secure the round? That is the question, because we've seen Endpoint pull themselves out of some very, very tricky situations in these pistol rounds, and now is another chance to do so. And Engine, ooh, does dink up Crucial, but through the edge of the wall, it does negligible damage, down to just 83 Crucial. Now going to backtrack, and Paz is waiting for him over towards alt mid. Crucial not going to commit towards the backtrack for now. Instead, he's going to press up through Banana, and actually the noise he made has pulled Engine sort of over towards CT, and with Crucial having a smoke and a flashbang here, he could completely lock off Engine from this fight and get the bomb planted, but no. Crucial decides to try and shift walk his way in, back turn towards Engine, and that's SANGAL up to a first round on the pistol. I think that's the first time they've had the lead in this best of three so far. Hooray for them. Now they just look to try and secure themselves the conversion. Now themselves a couple FAMASes, a few MP9. Should be enough. Messi actually goes all in with an AK-47. I think that was dropped over by Thomas, who gets a deagle dropped into his hands by Messi. Maybe this AK could find some serious damage. It might catch the SANGAL side a little unawares here. There's a little bit of damage done onto Thomas there. Obviously without armor, he's a bit of a softer target. And they push down Banana from Imma. That's already removed the AK that Messi had. Not able to find anything with that weapon. Now Endpoint backtrack to try and capitalize on these aggressive players. They can't find the kills, but they do a lot of damage. And they've been able to recover the AK as well. That's a very nice shot from Surreal. Takes down Paz, the danger man from the pistol round. But Mage is still over towards his B site alongside Imma. They can certainly wipe this round off the face of the earth here, especially with the amount of damage that's being done, the kills being found. Imma and Major, they just get it all sorted. Nothing to worry about, and that's an AK handed over towards the SANGAL side as well, which is not great. Not great. Not great for them. Not great for the Endpoint side, as yeah, that's a big weapon going into the CT hands there. That just bolsters up the guns in this one, and obviously you've now got a that's one less gun to fully buy into that first round when it comes through. But oh jeez, Surreal. That's a cheeky little shot there. Nails Sensei trying to push through Banana through the edge of the wall there. Not really sure what you can do about that if you're Sensei, apart from not stand there. Or just not push. I think your options are limited. So it's actually the man advantage here for Endpoint with just the slightly upgraded pistols. No armor for them, so I think SANGAL should still walk away with a round here. There'd have to be some very nice shots coming through from Endpoint here to really put SANGAL into danger in this one. As I think these rifles, the SMG, are just gonna sort of mow down any sort of attempt in towards this A site as Paz peeks in for a second kill in the round and looking for a little bit more as well. Has Major for a bit of support if he needs it, and they are going to trade places. Obviously Major with the higher HP, but he still gets taken down after just one kill, and with kills coming round all across the map from Endpoint, Thomas finding 2, it's now left all up towards Imma in a 1 versus 2. Messi's recovered an AK as well and now knows exactly where Imma is with just 1 point of health. Thomas almost takes him down there. Where does Messi decide to play from? He's got to decide quickly because where he is now, he'll get shot in the side of the head from Imma in just a moment. But what's the timing going to be like? Oh, Messi realizes the danger and turns at just the right moment to find Imma. And Endpoint, they score their way around off the back of just a few upgraded pistols there. No armor for them. A couple of Deagles, a few Tech 9s, a P250 I think was in there. That's a great round to pick up. Is it sort of... I mean, Endpoint, they were going to be buying into this one anyway. So all this round does is sort of limit the deficit you've got when you bring the guns out here, Endpoint. You're now at a 2-1 scoreline instead of 3-0 when you bring the guns out. And Imma taking a lot of damage from that molly. They want to try and capitalize on that and push forward as he tries to back away, as he's the sole defender towards this B site. I mean, Endpoint don't know that at this point. But they don't know there's an AWP there. And look as well at the economy for SANGAL. 2 pistols for them, an MP9 for Sensei. They have the AWP up for Imma solo towards B, but apart from that weapon, the only other gun you've got is Major's M4, and of course that MP9 for Sensei, but that's not really the sort of weaponry you want to be having. Now SANGAL do shift Major over towards that B site to assist Imma over in that location. However, Endpoint, they've got most of their bodies stacked outside of this A site, which is now just defended by a CZ, a Deagle, and an MP9. Nice opening though for Imma, with the push actually resulting towards this A site. This is possibly the worst choice Endpoint could have made, as Major gets 2 as well from the back of site. They need to get this bomb planted, and Imma knows that he pushes through the smoke, can't find the initial shot, allows the bomb to get planted, and this does give Crucial a chance. But is it enough of a chance? I mean, 4 players alive. If you can take down Imma, get to safety, there would have been a chance, but yeah, I mean, instant trade from the SANGAL side. Not going to let that one would slip. And Endpoint just make the worst possible call there. Heading in towards that B site, the AWP and the M4 defending. They're basically up against a full gun round at that point, instead of having a chance at just some pistols in their way, essentially. Which, it hurts for Endpoint here. It really does hurt, because now they've sort of let slip a chance there where they could have had a really good sort of entry into this game. They're now just left at that 1 round, and they hope that SANGAL aren't going to get too far away. So Endpoint, they just have a single AK for Messi. Be interesting if Endpoint could find any damage with this one, but a nice flashbang. Imma needs to find damage off the back of that. Can't find the kills. But now they are locking everything down here. Nicely done. Dealing with the Endpoint aggression there, but now the full buy comes through from the endpoint side. With the guns out. It is a couple Gleals for Thomas and Mighty Max, but a few AKs on the rest of them. Sensei has found an opening kill. They need to try and trade that. Mighty Max does well to do so. He needs support, and Crucial is there, but that's the bomb dropped out in the open. Mezzy, that's a great kill to find. Dispatches that player out through long. Mezzy even secures a second as well on him, trying to trade him out. Now it's just Major left alone, a 1 versus 3. That's nice from Major. 2 kills found. Could find a third onto Surreal here. I thought this was a done deal round, but Surreal now needs to clutch it out, and he will. Has the angle held, has Major dead to right. At one point, they do come over second round. That's not a helpful slash in spawn. Surreal gets tagged to 87 HP. Hopefully, for them, it won't make too much difference. So, Thomas, that's not the flashbang you wanna be doing. Not really what he hoped for there, but I don't think it makes much difference. Not gonna result in anybody going down or anything, but still. What you want to be seeing. That's a very nice opening. Oh, Surreal has been looking super clean today in this match against Sangal. And opens things up against the AWPer of that Sangal side. Crucial, meanwhile, has found 2 towards his P side as well, leaving just Engine and Paz. Try and recover this round, and they're gonna lock themselves in towards the A site. With the bomb planted over towards B, that sort of signals the end of the round here for Sangal. I doubt they'll try and go for it. Thomas is around the corner as well with a Mac 10 and might be able to catch Paz if he's looking the wrong way. He hears the drop of the weapons and now knows there's a player there, but Paz now turned around looking his way. Mac 10 needs to find the kill, and it will. That's a great kill to find and take away one of those rifles, take away the AK from that Sangal side. They're still saving the AWP in towards Pit. Oh dear. Okay, Thomas, that is huge. That is a huge, huge couple kills from Thomas. Takes away both the weapons there with a Mac 10. Absolutely nothing saved for Sangal into this next round. Should just be endpoint mopping things up. Just because I've been talking in chat to some people, yeah, the only team in Group A that's currently got a spot booked in the playoffs already is Sinners. Endpoint, SANGAL, AGO, and Game Legion. They're all fighting for those last 3 playoff spots right now. None of them are confirmed to get into the playoffs. It's all going to come down to tiebreakers, depending on how these results fall today. So if you want to have a look at things, I'll post a link in chat, which won't make much difference because you'll hear my voice in the future. But yeah, for SANGAL and Endpoint, this map means a lot. This game means a lot for their playoffs chances. If SANGAL win this, they've guaranteed their way through. If Endpoint win this, there's still chances for them to not make it through. I accidentally pressed space there, my bad. But yeah, it's certainly not confirmed for either of these teams. As right now, Endpoint doing a good job against this gun round. It's now just Sensei and Engine left alive, 2 versus 4. Messi might just mop them down as they try and push through Banana, and he will. Very nicely done. Nice opening for Crucial. As this is just against the pistols, so should be Endpoint cleaning things up pretty cleanly. Don't want to be losing more than a player or two. And trying to hunt for Surreal, but the M4 wins out in that duel, leaving just Sensei and Major, who are going to gamble towards his B site, and rightly so. I mean, obviously they have a lot of intel towards mid then, just garnered from Engine, so they make that call, but I mean, in the end, against the rifles pushing it, doesn't make much difference. So Endpoint have been able to fight back pretty nicely here in this first half. Inferno on this T side, they now have a 6-4 lead. As for them, the biggest chance of making it to the playoffs is for them to win 2-0 here. That's, I mean, obviously there's still factors from the other games going on, specifically Sprout and Game Legion. They're the one really to be looking out for. Yeah, getting a 2-0 win here gives them as many possible outcomes that lead to winning, essentially, or making it to playoffs rather. They're getting guns out, and SANGAL going to be feeling a bit of pressure towards A early. Major has found the opening kill, but that's over towards Banana. That's locked off the lurk, and as Immor tries to push through, can't really choose a target there on which team, which enemy to shoot for. Instead, he has to call for a bit of support. A nice flashbang comes through, and with the help of Paz, they take down both of those kills and leave Mighty Max and Crucial in a 2-on-5. And this looks like SANGAL just lock this 5th down. They should get themselves up to a 5th. Although Immor walking through that smoke doesn't help things out. Does give an opening for the Endpoint side. A kill found, and that lowers the deficit that they had. A second kill from Mighty Max as well. Removes Sensei, and now just a 2-on-3. This certainly looks doable now, but you need to be careful if you're SANGAL. You don't want to let this one slip. Engine's position could be huge, but does get spotted. Still finds the kill onto Mighty Max, and now Crucial left alone. 10 seconds on the clock. Not going to happen. It is SANGAL up to a 5th. A little bit scary there as a couple of kills came through, but just too many to find for Endpoint in such a short space of time. And actually, Crucial gets taken out. Was that after time? Was that after time for Crucial? I don't think so. Either way, they have loads of cash. Endpoint. It doesn't matter too much. They were able to get a lot of rounds through there with like 4 or 5 players alive. So they buy up without a care in the world. Nice openings from Sensei and Major. Fortunately, the auto director doesn't want us to see him. The auto director's been a bit of a weird thing recently. It just sometimes doesn't want to show you anything. It's a crazy one. Again, SANGAL, a very clean round coming through. We'll tie things up and we'll just eat away in this endpoint economy. Nice pick from Sensei. He's Thomas all alone. 1 versus 5. I mean, good luck, my friend. Good luck, you ginger beast. Just get the first onto Sensei, but still, I mean, like, 4 more players are fine. Players coming from behind, players coming from everywhere. It feels like it's never shrinking circle that Thomas has to play with, and he finally gets cracked. Paz finishes him off. Ties the game up 6-6 as early days. I mean, it's a bit back and forth. This Inferno map, it looked like SANGAL were going to get off to a decent start. But then it looked like Endpoint were going to fight back. Then Endpoint and then SANGAL came back a little bit. Then Endpoint had a run of sort of 4 or 5 rounds there, and now we end here where it's 6-6. So I mean, it's as close as you can get at this point. We'll see whether Endpoint are going to be able to make anything work with the buy. I'm surprised Mighty Max has a Galil, to be honest. I'm surprised, like, Thomas hasn't dropped over an AK to him, or even Mezzi or someone. I'm surprised none of them have dropped over an AK and he's bringing a Galil instead. That's a little bit weird. They still have a lot of cash to play with, so, I mean, they could get another full buy through. Could get another full buy through, I think. Especially with, like, Thomas, Mezzi, and Surreal having a lot of cash. Thomas could drop over. Crucial could maybe drop an AK and get a AWP from Thomas instead. Something like that. Molotov forces a smoke out from Mezzi, but Endpoint look committed to pushing up Banana. Maybe not shooting each other would be a good way to assist in that. Crucial laying around into the back of Mighty Max's arm there. I think doing a little bit of damage. Not really what you want. Endpoint, after all of that time and effort spent trying to gain space towards Banana, they're actually going to hit towards the A site. 3 players here in defense. Paz wanting to lock out towards Arch. The smoke blocks his vision, but he might just push through with the flashbang. We'll see if he decides to. Probably not wise to do so. A few bits of spam through the smoke, and Thomas is watching for him as they push forward. Player towards Pit dealt with as well, and now a second player through that smoke behind them does get collected, but did find one at least as Sensei is aggressed in towards the site. They need to get that bomb planted Endpoint. Nobody's going to be able to stop them. Major's still rotating over in the 1 versus 2. He's going to switch into the Galil, knows that that's a better weapon and a better chance to try and collect 2 kills quickly here. Crucial and Thomas still both in towards the site. Still both waiting to see where he pushes from. They heard him switching out weapons, but Major, he's taking his time. He knows that this one is difficult. He knows that he can't push through that smoke. And, I mean, even when the smoke fades, Thomas is there ready for him. So Endpoint, they deny SANGAL the lead for now. 7 on the board for them as they take it back into their favor. Now SANGAL. Ooh, this is interesting. Look at this buy from SANGAL. Immort goes all in with an AWP. It's interesting to see as well the sort of all switching hands between Sensei and Imma a lot, depending on what Sangal decide to do. But the rest of the team, they're left with just Deagles and a CZ. Imma's gone all in with just $500 left. Oh, that timing is impeccable for Imma's peak. He does get punished by Thomas, but still an opening kill found. Paz thinks he has so much space to work with. Didn't know Mighty Max was still going to be around that location as he yeets himself off the bridge, gets caught midair, and very quickly is brought back into a 3-on-3 despite the 2 opening kills from Sangal. It's just Major with that salvaged AWP off of his teammate's corpse to try and defend towards B. What can he find? Currently smoked off. Not really going to be able to see anything. He might try through the smoke for a shot or two as he waits for rotations to come over. Might just want to maintain control of Ruins for now, as he does actually land a shot through that smoke and the coffin. It does decent damage, but Thomas stays alive, and in return, ENDPOİNT have found 2 very quick kills that leave Sensei in a 1 versus 2. One shot onto Thomas will do the job. One shot to Mighty Max's head will do the job. But a couple traces around coming through that smoke lead Thomas right onto the mark. 8 for ENDPOİNT as they secure the lead for half-time. They really want to be getting a knife on the board here on this T side as well. But we'll see if Sangal can close it just to a 1-round deficit. Sangal putting all their eggs in this basket. Major has an MP9. Sensei with the AWP. A few M4s. Pretty good utility all in all for the Sangal side. ENDPOİNT obviously with the full weaponry themselves as well. And it looks like very aggressive towards top banana this round. Mezzi and Surreal take a lot of damage for the space they gain. And maybe they can find a kill onto Major to make it all worth it. But no, more damage being done. The opening kill actually goes Sangal's way. Surreal tries his best to trade out. Can only find one as Major swings out with the MP9. And look how much damage has been done. Thomas and Mezzi both below 50 HP. Sangal, they now lose Major to a HE. That's how low he was as well. But 3-on-3, there's potential for ENDPOİNT. Paz has been boosted up. Will they expect that? There's a lot of bodies already rotated over towards his B side. ENDPOİNT took a long time to push in, and still they aren't comfortable. Thomas has made his way towards Pool with that AK-47 and the bomb. And is he just going to push through the smoke? What is going on here? Paz gets a first from on top, even gets a second. What is going on? Madness as Sangal find a 7th off the back of that. I'm not sure what Thomas was trying by just walking into the smoke there. An interesting strat. Maybe he'll reveal more later on. But yeah, Paz up on the boost, getting a couple of kills. Pretty much sealed that round there. As just that 1-round deficit now for Sangal. Much closer than the first map of Mirage. It was a 10-5 lead for ENDPOİNT. Oh no, sorry, it was a 9-6 lead for ENDPOİNT, wasn't it? My bad. But yeah, an 8-7 here. ENDPOİNT hoping to try and get a pretty quick start on this second half to try and jumpstart themselves and close this one out 2-0, because that's really the aim for ENDPOİNT. They want to try and get this 2-0 as much as possible. Sangal, they just need to win this game. Don't matter if it's 2-1 or 2-0. Well, at the best, it's going to be 2-1 for them now with ENDPOİNT taking the first map. But yeah, Sangal, their aim right now is just to win this map, remove any doubt from them making playoffs. Remove any sort of tiebreakers that could come their way. But hopefully we won't have to wait too much longer for this second half to get going. So, into the second half. A lot on the line for ENDPOİNT here. Thomas is giving it everything here. 20 kills for him. Only one of his teammates is into double digits, and that's Mezzi with 11. Thomas really trying his best here. Needs his teammates to step up, though, to carry them across the line. There's a couple of players peek down Banana looking for opening kills, but it's Immer with the Glock on the aggression down mid that actually works out in Sangal's favor. Major being pushed from 2 angles will get taken down. Endpoint, they know they've lost the A site now, but they just capitalize on making it a 3-on-3, give themselves every chance of this retake. Ow. Paz, that's a great kill to find. Catches Thomas trying to rotate in through the library. Mighty Max pushes through Arch. Is hoping to catch Paz, but not being given the angle to play with. Sensei right in the open. That's an easy kill for Mighty Max. He even doubles up onto Paz as well. Leaving Engine now a 1 versus 2 to try and win it out from the pit, to try and tie this game up and give Sangal a great boost into the second half. But no, Mighty Max does it all with a 4th kill to his name. Endpoint, they find a 9th, and they'll surely probably find double digits as well. And again, Endpoint, these pistol rounds, there's been a lot of times in this best of 3 now where Endpoint have been at the disadvantage early, like 2 or 3 players down. They've been able to just claw things out and win it out in some really sick fashions. And they do it again there. Mighty Max, great work from him. What a time to step up and give your team a nice little boost at the start of the second half. 9-7. Sangal have gone all in, obviously, with that bomb plant. They are able to get a bit of extra weaponry compared to a usual force buy. Sometimes you do see teams taking an eco after a bomb plant in the first round, but they decide to try and punish the Endpoint economy here. A couple AKs, the Galil for Paz, just a Glock for Engine, and a Deagle for Sensei, as they had to drop AKs over to Imo and Major. As Mighty Max gets an opening. Waiting for flashbangs from his teammate, but it's not actually his teammate's flash that blinds up Sensei, it was Major's. It's finally a kill goes Sangal's way, but the nade from Crucial makes sure that Paz isn't going to live long enough to really favor that. When the bomb dropped in towards the smoke towards CT, the options for Sangal become a lot more limited. They are going to send Major all the way around the back. I mean, they both have AKs here, but Engine with no armor, he is a very, very soft target. And with 35 seconds, Surreal is aware of the potential of a flank coming through. Major's going to go all the way through Library. Surreal has just checked it, and he could, I mean, Major could get really good timing here, but he's going to have to start moving a little bit quicker soon. Because with 20 seconds on the clock and his teammate going down, now Surreal needs to find the timing onto Major, but no. Can't see him because of the well. 3 more players to find for Major, and with 10 seconds on the clock, there's surely no way. They just need to stay alive now. Endpoint, and maybe kill Major after time. That would be nice. 3 seconds on the clock. Crucial peeks out a little early, gets taken down. Endpoint only survived with 2 plays, but not bad considering the investment from Sangal there. They brought through 2 AKs, a Galil, and a couple upgraded pistols, so I mean, not bad for Endpoint. I'm sure they would have liked to have kept things in that 4-on-1 and try and keep a nice number of players alive, but they come into the next round just against some lightly armored players. Major obviously with that AK saved across, but it should be 11 from Endpoint. Nice work from Major. Does get the opening. Teammates trying to do good work, and Paz, that is definitely good work. 2 kills from him on the Deagle bring Sangal into that man advantage despite Crucial's best efforts on the MP9. So now Mighty Max and Mezzi, M4's in hand, need to try and retake this A-bomb site. 2 versus 3. It's still only 1 AK for Sangal in the hands of Paz. who's going to be over towards the pit, but his head taken clean off by Max as a little beret sticks up over the crest, and now the Endpoint, they're just smoking everything. They're going to flash their way through these smokes and try and push in towards the site. A player over by Grave, taken down by Mezzy, leaves just Imma, who's going to be trying to play inside the smokes himself, but the bomb planted way at the back of site. Imma has a tough task up against him, and Mighty Max just covers for his teammate beautifully. 11 on the board for Endpoint, despite a little bit of worry there on the Endpoint side. A couple nice shots from the Deagles, and certainly Major opens things up with the initial AK kill. But it is Endpoint with an 11-7 score. But it's SANGAL who bring through the big guns, and with no real economy behind Endpoint, they've not been able to find like these 4 or 5 players surviving rounds. It's all been very close here, 2 players surviving at most in these rounds. Look at Thomas, he wants to take things into his own hands. Just a great push down mid, takes Major by surprise. Imma might be next in line, and he will be. Surreal finds one as well, as it's just Engine and Sensei, AK and AWP, make it just the AWP, as he's trying to fight tooth and nail to stay alive here and do whatever he can as he gets one. Gonna back all the way towards spawn to recover the bomb, but there's just so much that has to go right for Sensei here. Have a chance in this one. If you can find a kill or two, that would be nice. And if Sensei doesn't die, we could be in for a very boring 50 seconds here of people watching a smoke, which I'm sure is a delightful treat for everyone involved. Oh, but the smoke fades now. Now we get to see people watching a wall. Flashbang does blind up Crucial, but that's no worry for him. 12 from the board for Endpoint. Luckily, Sensei didn't make us wait too long for the inevitability there. It's now a 5-round lead, and I mean, SANGAL, they go for a rebuy in this one. You get 4 AKs, yeah, that's nice, but then you have a scout for Sensei, limited utility for a couple players. We'll see if that's going to be enough. Sensei's scout not finding anything, as Crucial takes the aggressive peek in towards mid, finds the opening kill in Endpoint. Looking set for a 13th already. Despite the 4 AKs on the board, there's just not really much utility for SANGAL to use here. It's going to be down to how well they can hit their shots, but that is certainly a good way to start from Imma with the aggression in towards B. Mighty Max has to try and hold the line. Drops a Molotov, but that shows his position. Major takes a lot of damage as he tries to push forward. He's forced forward by the utility. His teammates not coming to assist him, and that means that Endpoint, they have themselves a 4-on-3 now. They're still going to look to commit towards this B site by the looks of SANGAL, and Max just takes things into his own hands. A flashbang peek for 2 kills. Puts Endpoint onto 13. And again, SANGAL going for these hero AK buys. I don't generally like hero AKs. I think they're a pointless endeavor most of the time. I think for the most part, you see negligible results off the back of a hero AK, and it leaves you a little bit wounded in the next round. So I feel like it's better just to go for a pretty just standard, just a deagle buy essentially, and save everything for that next round. Give yourself as much chance as you can. As Crucial, AWP in hand, takes down Imma. Paz now wields that AK. But Crucial missing the shot. Gives an opportunity for them to push a little bit deeper. Needs Surreal on site, or on balcony rather, to find a couple kills. And he finds one. Crucial with another, leaves it all up towards Major. A 1 versus 4. Has the bomb in his back. And with Crucial and Surreal both taking a lot of damage, that A site is pretty weak. That M4 could find a couple kills very quickly. But Mezzy, very quick reflex shot there from him, does nail down Major. Endpoint now just sit 2 away from closing this down at 2-0. Endpoint playing 3 players towards this B site early on for SANGAL. They do have max loss bonus. They're at 3,400. That's a nice nade doing decent damage. But look at Imma's utility here. That's the sort of punishment, the concession you have to make if you go for that hero AK in the previous round. But, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're just going to entry like an absolute demon. Nails down Crucial, takes the AWP out of action for Endpoint. But Mighty Max at least trades back. Keeps things in an even situation. As Endpoint still only have 2 players towards this A site. Make it 1. As Paz pushes for out with Boiler, takes down Surreal. And Major catching Mezzy trying to escape out the B site as well. This is going well for SANGAL, but now with the bomb drop, that means things are not going very well at all, because they have to move back towards where Thomas is positioned to try and recover this bomb, and Thomas is going to make life as difficult for them as he can. Now has support from Mighty Max as well, who swings out, can't find the kill needed to connect onto Paz, but Thomas going to keep on fighting. Here's the steps inside the smoke. Engine missed the bomb! No! And Thomas thinks he's collected it. A few more spams through the smoke. Engine's going to back away in towards the site. Thomas trying to chase him. And Engine 40 beat him out. But Thomas just hits the shots. And what a huge round from the Ginger Maestro to put Endpoint up to 15 on the board. One more round required. And Endpoint secure themselves a 2-0. Their fate will be left into the hands of Sprout and Gamer Legion if it does go their way. It's 4 AKs, a Mach 10 for Sensei. Endpoint just playing 2 towards this B site this round. More standard setup. Last time they went for 3 and it almost caught them a little bit off guard towards A. However, that extra man towards B did help with denying Major that big old lurk over towards the B site. So that definitely helped out, and Crucial getting an opening kill here definitely helps out as well, as SANGAL want to go for the aggressive push in towards A. Thomas could be up against it again on the other side of the smoke, gets the first, he's just going to spray through for 3 kills. Oh, Thomas! How is that legal? He gets all 4 and closes it down as it's 16 to 10, or 16 to 7 rather. It was 16 to 10 the first map.